right, so if you have been following along, you know I just got the gold Zelda Edition Switch Lite, and I plan on actually using this as my main Switch. I did a video a few weeks ago talking about if the Switch Lite was worth buying in 2024. I'll leave a link to that. You can check that out if you still have questions about that. But if you no longer have questions about that and you got a Switch Lite and you're looking for some accessories, some things to go with it, this is the video for you, because I'm actually looking for the same thing. When I got this one and decided to make this video, I was like, oh, yeah, of course, I have a ton of stuff for the Switch Lite, but over the years, I've gotten rid of most of it. I have some here I'm gonna show you, but we're gonna look online and we're gonna find the best Switch Lite accessories that you can get right now in 2024. If you're new here, do me a favor, jump down to the description of this video. There's a link over there to our podcast channel. We do a podcast over there every single Wednesday, live, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it there, you can see it on the podcast platform of your choice. Check all that out on your way back up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because a lot of people think they are, and they're actually not. So check that out. Let's get into this. We're gonna look on Amazon. All right, so the first thing we're gonna look at, this is my favorite thing for a Switch Lite. While I do love the way it feels in hand, I think it's the best way to play Switch, especially handheld. Sometimes when you're playing for a long time, you need a little something extra. That is where a grip is gonna come in. I'm gonna tell you my favorite one. I'm gonna tell you a few more options, but my favorite is this one. This is the Grip Case Lite from Skull & Co. This is what I used back when I used the Switch Lite. This is what I just got. They did actually send me a few things we're gonna talk about in this video, which I do wanna send a shout out to them, say thank you for their stuff. There will be affiliate links down below. If you click on that, it does help me, helps the channel. Amazon links for the rest of the stuff, but this is my favorite grip. Unfortunately, they don't have a gold one for this Switch, so I told them just go ahead and send me the gray one. I think the gray one looks fine on here. I think that's fine. I think that's gonna do. This is the most comfortable grip in my opinion. There is another one I want to talk about that is a very good grip. Also comes with a cool case, but we're not gonna get into that just yet. I'm talking about the Satisfye grip for the Switch Lite. I think it's called something different now. It was the Switch Grip Lite. I think it's something, I think it's like the Go or something now. They changed the name. This is also a very good one. It does have those ergonomic handles. One sticks out a little bit further. I don't really need that. I know a lot of people really like this grip though. And it does have a case you can get with it. This is the slim version. They have another version, I believe, that has a little more space if you want to carry some other stuff. We're gonna get into cases in a minute. The Skull & Co one also has a case. Again, we'll get into those in just a minute, but I do want to go over some stuff here on Amazon. There are lots of different grips you can get. As you can see right here, the Skull & Co one's there. It's about 20 bucks. I think that's the one to go for. The Satisfye, there it is. Yeah, the Go. Okay, the Go, $30. You're not getting the case with that, but it is good. There are other ones, as you can see here. These ones look like they'd probably be pretty comfortable. Those are a really good price if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper. I've had one of these. I don't know if it was a Jet Tech one, but I have had one like this. They're okay. You know, if you just want something that's completely clear, that's kind of why I like this one. The Switch Lites do have very cool colors. You know, the special editions have cool stuff on the back. That's why I really like the clear ones. But again, you can see there's options, there's different colors. I'll have some of these linked down below. I'm gonna have a big list of links in this one. But there are grips out there. There's lots of different ones. You know, it's really just gonna depend on what you need out of a grip. Another thing I like about this is it does have other grips that come with it. It's got different sizes. This is like a trigger grip. It's got these that come with it too. So as you can see, you just kind of pop this off and then this slides right on there and clips in place. Really nice, and this doesn't take up any extra room. You still got a little bit of something to hang on there, and it's just, you know, it's a lot more minimal than the other ones, but you got a lot of options. All these come with it. You can get it in all different colors to match your Switch Lite, except the gold one at this point, which kind of sucks, but again, gray's fine. Okay, the next thing we're gonna move on to, you gotta get a case. You have to have something to carry this thing around. I'll start with the two cases that I already have here. If you get the Grip Case Lite from Skull & Co, you can get it in a bundle with this case. Now, it's a good case. It's got everything you need. It's got deep enough little side pockets here that you can fit the Switch in there with these on. So obviously, that's gonna be good if you bought that. It's got a place for game slots. It's got a little nice area to keep your Switch from getting scratched up. In here, you have another area to keep some stuff. Not a huge area. It's got some room though. And this does flip up. if you want to use it as a little stand. It's not the best stand in the world. That is something I actually need to add onto this list. We do need a stand. We'll get there. So this is a good option if you're getting that. As I said, Satisfye also has their option. You can get the slim version. I believe you can get a bigger version for the Switch Lite too, where you're going to be able to carry a lot more stuff. But over here on Amazon, there are some decent deals. You can get little bundles here. I mean, $18. This here is going to get you, I mean, a decent amount of stuff. Now, I don't know how great this stuff is. It looks like the Orsley stuff. It looks like that kit. Kind of. This is not Orsley though. I'd like to find that. I did a video on that. I think the case and stuff that Orsley makes is fine. I don't really like all the other stuff that comes with it. This is definitely one I do recommend. If you want something very minimal that's going to protect your Switch, this is so cool. I've always wanted this thing. I've never actually had it. The flip case for the Nintendo Switch Lite is very cool. It actually has got a little magnet somewhere along the bottom, and the case actually just flips shut and holds itself with that magnet. When you're playing it, it just kind of flips behind. The only downside to this is it doesn't have anything to protect your shoulder buttons, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, you know, if you're really looking for something super minimal, this is gonna be the way to go. I really like that one. Now, you've got some made by Power A here that are gonna be just fine. You get those for a pretty decent price, 20 bucks. Really just depends on what you're looking for. Here's the Orsley stuff. Now, I did a video on these kits. It does come with a lot of stuff. The headphones are garbage. I mean, the case is fine. It's not the best case. I really don't like the way it holds the Switch in there. But if you want something that's going to be an all-in-one solution, it does come with a good bit of stuff. It's only like 16 bucks. So if you're on a budget, this may be the way to go. But I will tell you now, there just are better things out there. Not terrible, definitely not the best. All right, another thing you're definitely going to need if you're getting a new Switch or getting a Switch for the first time, no matter if it's a Lite or a regular Switch, OLED, doesn't matter, you have to have a memory card. You're gonna have to have a micro SD card. Amazon's probably gonna be the best place to do that. I mean, right here you can get an Amazon Basics 128 gigabyte for $10. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, as far as the Switch goes, you don't really need a crazy fast SD card. This one's perfectly fine. That's gonna be everything you need right there. You can get a SanDisk Ultra, 128 for 12 bucks, couple dollars more. So you're right in that ballpark. I mean, depending on how many games you have, 128 gigabytes is gonna get you a long way. I have a 1 terabyte in mine, which may sound like overkill, but I do have a lot of games, and I've been building that library for, 7 years. So there are a lot of games on that thing, and it's actually starting to get kind of filled up. It's getting pretty close. I mean, I haven't been buying as many games lately, but this is the one I have right here. It's $92, which I can tell you right now is a lot cheaper than it was when I bought it. So, these things are getting cheaper and cheaper. You can see right here. You got the 1 terabyte. You got 512 for 43 bucks. 400, that's a good option too. The 400, at this point, I don't think anybody's gonna fill up a 400, depending on what you have. 256 is also great. You're not gonna be spending that much money on these things. You can get this stuff decently cheap. I will tell you this, when you go to Amazon and you're looking for micro SD cards, make sure you get one with a name brand that you know. If it's not SanDisk, I mean, even the Amazon basic one's probably fine. Samsung, don't get these weird third-party cheaper ones just because they're cheaper. There's a lot of scams going on when it comes to micro SD cards, SD cards in general. You want to make sure you get a company that you know. Make sure you do that, it's very important. Now, the next couple things I want to talk about are not just accessories that everyone is going to want, but this is the reason why I'm going back to the Switch Lite so far into the Switch's life, is because we can now get upgrade kits that will give us an OLED screen on our Switch Lite. That is basically, that's one of the main reasons I haven't gone back yet, and I still haven't even really used this because it has the original screen in it still. I'm waiting for my kit to come in. As you can see here, there's several different options. You can get just the OLED kit. That's just going to give you the OLED, no touch. You can get it with touch. You can get it with the other thing here, which is the HDMI. So you can actually dock the Switch Lite. That's right. You can actually make this thing OLED and you can dock it. We're gonna do a video on all that as soon as that stuff comes in. So if you're If you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed so you can check that out. I got this kit here. This is the $85 kit. This one comes with both, and it has the touch included. So I saw a lot of people commenting they wish they could just mail their Switch in and have this done. Now you can. $20 more. It says it's sold out right now. I think maybe they're just waiting until they actually have these things in stock. But you're gonna be able to do that now for $20. You can send it there. They'll put this stuff in for you, buy the kit. They'll send it back. It would probably be a better idea for me to do that, but I mean, what fun is that? What fun is that? Let's just try to do it ourselves and see what happens. I really hope I don't break this Switch. I am afraid that something like that could happen, but this is definitely an upgrade I love. I hope everything goes well. I think it will. You don't have to do any soldering at all, even for the HDMI. It's all just kind of take things out, plug new things in, make sure you get everything back together the right way. So we'll see how that goes. But if you're gonna do that and you're gonna spend money on a new OLED screen, you might want to get a screen protector. Now, Skull & Co. did send me a screen protector with the other stuff that they sent. This one I'm saving. I'm probably gonna put it on the Switch once I change the screen out, but there are other ones. I know Orsley makes one, and I saw it somewhere. Orsley makes one that comes with 4. It's 4 in a pack. Where was it? I know it was here. Here it is, $10. Basically, I mean, $11 here. You're getting 4 of these. These are good. These actually came with that kit. This is one of the good things I think that was in that kit. I don't know if it comes with the kit anymore. At the time, that was years ago, it did. These are good, and there's 4 in a pack for like 11 bucks. That's a good deal. If you're thinking about something like that, maybe you're trying to put them on multiple Switches, or you know you're probably gonna mess one up, this might be the way to go. Now, as I told you earlier, I'm gonna make my Switch dockable. Not everybody's Switch Lite is gonna be dockable, so you may not need this, but if you're going that route, you're gonna need to buy a dock. Because even if you have a regular Switch, this Switch Lite does not fit in the standard dock, so you're gonna have to have one of the smaller ones. One of the ones that maybe plugs into the wall. The one I'm gonna be using, I've had this one for a while. Again, it is from Skull & Co. I like the way this looks. I like the way, I just like the things it does. And it does fit the Switch Lite on there with their case on it, so everything is compatible, which is nice. All right, so you can see here, it does fit on there. This will charge the Switch Lite right now. Once I have it changed out, it's gonna also help it dock, but I do like this dock. I'm gonna show you some other ones, but this one I like a lot because it's got this little thing in the back too. And it's really nice to take with you because if you have, you know, an iPad or maybe just a laptop and you need a little dongle, just something to have some extra ports or whatever, especially if you have a Mac, because we all know, you know, Macs, they just, whatever. They don't have enough ports. So you could use this USB-C on this side. It's got 2 USB-A's here, an HDMI and a USB-C. It's actually got another one right there. I didn't even see that. So there's a lot of ports right here. This thing just slides into the back and it just becomes a part of the dock. This is a very nice dock. Again, I'm gonna have a link to this stuff down there if you wanna check it out. So if you look down here on the bottom, there actually is a little switch. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you better shots of it, but you can pull it down and it's for with the case, which they're talking about their case, or without the case, you push it up and it kind of moves everything around up there so it fits really nice. This is a good dock. I like this a lot. I'm also gonna be using it with their USB power adapter. They sent that over. I actually have 2 of these now. I really, really like this power adapter. It's 45 watts. It's just a nice charger. I know everybody gets really weird about not using the Nintendo Switch official charger. I like this one. I've had no problems with it. I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me that's wrong and I shouldn't be doing that in the comments, but I'm doing it, so whatever. Okay, the other little docks that you can get, if you want something very small, the Genki Covert dock is probably the way to go. This thing is 50 bucks. I think there's a newer version of this actually. I think there's a newer version. This one doesn't have it, but I'll make sure and link the right one down below. The newer version, I think, has a USB-A port right here. This one doesn't have that. It's only got the HDMI out and the USB-C. With the newer one, you're also gonna be able to plug in maybe like a controller or something else if you need to charge something else. That's very nice. Here it is. Here's the new one right here, actually. This is the way to go right here. This is what you want. If you want a very, very small dock, there are honestly tons of them out there, but I would recommend this one. I mean, it's $60, but I mean, a regular dock is about that much anyway. So again, you can see here, there's lots of little docks. You know, you can get really cheap ones. I mean, you know, your mileage is gonna vary on this. I don't know how any of these actually work. I haven't used any of these ones, but I'm sure they'll get the job done. You know, if you're on a budget, I'm sure that they will work fine, but there are lots of options. Make sure you check it out. Find something that fits your budget. Now, another thing you're gonna need if you're actually gonna do what I'm doing, you definitely need it. If you're gonna be able to dock this thing, you're gonna need a controller. We don't have Joy-Cons, so you're not gonna be able to take them off the side of the Switch and play something. You're gonna have to get a controller. Now, I'm gonna leave a link at the end of this where you're gonna be able to check out all my favorite controllers for the Switch. But for this video, I didn't put that one in, and I want to talk about it because I like it, especially with the Switch Lite because it's small. This is the PowerA Nano. It is basically their full-size controller, only just kind of shrunken down, and I just like it because it's small. The Lite's small, this is small. This is probably going to be the controller that's married to my Switch Lite. I have lots of other ones. You can't go wrong with the Pro controller. Again, I'll have a link to a video where you can see a lot more on controllers at the end of this. But I do have one more small thing. Again, this is maybe not for everybody, but something you may want to think about if you are changing things out. Let's say you're doing the HDMI switch and the OLED screen. While you're in there, it might be a good idea to get yourself some Hall Effect sticks to replace these. You can find those, I'll have a link below. There's several companies that make them. I do have a company that I'm not really all that familiar with, but they did reach out and they asked if they could send me a pair. I'm gonna try those ones out. I've tried a few other ones that are pretty good. They don't quite feel right, so I'm gonna try those out, but I'll have links to the new ones and the old ones. We're gonna try the new ones out whenever I do this whole upgrade. We're gonna do lots of stuff to this Switch. This is going to be the ultimate Switch Lite. I'm very excited to do that, but I think that's gonna do it for this one. If there are any other Switch Lite accessories that I forgot that you think people should know about, leave them in the comments down below. I think in the next video we talk about the Switch Lite, I'm gonna try to set up a what's in my bag video. We do those every year. I think I'm gonna try to set this one up for the Switch Lite. As small as we can go. Smallest bag, smallest controllers, just the most minimal setup we can go for. Gonna start working on that, so if you guys have any suggestions on what should be in that video, also let me know that down there. But guys, that is gonna do it for this one. Right here's the video to all those controllers. There's probably another one right here. Pick whichever one you want. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you like, make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.